45 years ago today, on July 5th, 1980, Terry Fox was right here in Madoc, Ontario. "45 years ago today, on July 5th, 1980, Terry was in the small Ontario town of Madoc, taking in a local baseball game, struggling with a sore leg, and luckily for us, being interviewed by a 12-year-old boy for a local TV station.
How many people have been backing you up so far from certain towns and cities?
Okay, in general, there's been an incredible amount of people who are behind me.
But the story of Madoc, Ontario is a larger one that I think can be extrapolated for the larger story of Terry in general. It's the story of how a single day, positive for Terry, but one of many, can have such beautiful, long-standing ripple effects for a community and the people of that area. What I take from 45 years ago today is how nice it is to see Terry appearing more comfortable with everything. The innocence of 12-year-old Peter Sutton's questions to Terry give us this great few minutes of seeing Terry yet again as more than just a runner and inspiration.
Are you married or single?
Single.
Okay. Let's go into some more questions. What are you going to do when you're through school or university?
Well, I'm not sure if I'm going back to university. I've got a lot of options. I would like to work for the Cancer Society, or I'd like to be a teacher, a phys ed teacher, or something in that area. I'm not exactly sure yet.
The innocence of 12-year-old Peter Sutton's questions to Terry give us this really great few minutes of seeing Terry, yet again, as more than just a runner and inspiration. It's a brief look at Terry as a young man, complete with not necessarily knowing what he would be up to next in life. Terry had departed the pageantry of Ottawa just a few days prior. He was now heading south through the sparse, beautiful areas through Perth, Ontario, Sharbot Lake, and now Hastings County, running westbound through Tweed on Highway 7. Terry arrived in this small town of Madoc in the evening, 45 years ago today. When Terry arrived here, it was later in the day. There was a big baseball game going with everyone in the town there. When he got there, all the players left the field just to see him. One of the cooler things about following Terry's path along the Marathon of Hope is ending up in all these small towns across Canada. The great equalizer was the Marathon of Hope. The story of Terry and Madoc 45 years ago today, to me, is the lasting effect Terry had on so many people and so many places. 9-year-old Jeff Sawkins was lucky enough to drive with his father Wally that day. Wally being the OPP officer escorting Terry towards Madoc. Decades later, Jeff is now a physiotherapist, viewing that day with immense pride.
I never quit. I can't picture that, and I know I won't quit, so I don't even think about it. All I think about is when times are hard, they're not always going to be like that. It's got to change eventually, so I'll keep on going until they do.
This is the story of how seemingly normal days for Terry were able to become larger, beautiful lifetimes for others. Sometimes we have to step back and look at the name, the Marathon of Hope. For me, when I think of Terry, I think of far more than just cancer research funding. I think of hope in general. And when I look back at 45 years ago today in Madoc, Ontario, I see a long, lasting supply of just that, hope. Over the next few months, I'm heading out on the road and following Terry's path across Canada. The more I learn about the Marathon of Hope, the more I realize how important Terry is to Canada, to myself, and to the world. Please consider donating to the Terry Fox Foundation. You can do so at terryfox.org.
Well, whenever we're not given free accommodations, we sleep in the van. But we've been given accommodations quite often. Most of the time, well, all the time in Ontario, we get a motel for free, so we use it.
What time will you be passing Madoc on the bypass tomorrow morning?
I've actually made it right to the road that turns in. I made it to there today, and I'll be picking up there tomorrow morning at 5. I'm not sure where the bypass is. But on the first road, on the number 7 highway that turns to Madoc, I made it right there.
Yeah. What's the reaction been from cars passing you on the road and stopping this way?
Oh yeah, especially in Ontario. Like it was great in most areas of the Maritimes, but in Ontario, it seems like everybody knows about it, and everybody honks and waves and gives me encouragement. It's been tremendous and makes it easy for me, a lot easier for me.
You can still make your donations to Terry Fox and the Marathon of Hope through Harold Brentnell locally and the Cancer Society.
Wow. That is, it's not what I expected to drive by me, but I like it. Wow, this place is great. We've got an old Toyota Celica. My parents had a Toyota Celica the same year, but not convertible. My parents didn't have that horse and buggy though.